Getting through the airport these days is like an obstacle course. The biggest hurdle, other people. With our thanks to the Washington Post, this morning we present a traveler's guide to the people you'll meet and mostly want to avoid at the airport. The runner. Maybe their connecting flight arrived behind schedule, or maybe they're one of those deranged people who shows up late for the thrills. You don't know their backstory, but you do know they're running through the terminal with no regard for anyone in their path. The nightmare. Yes, anyone using their electronics without headphones. We're talking FaceTime, YouTube, a phone call to their grandma, Instagram, Reels, even Bruce Springsteen. Whatever it is, they're blasting. We don't want to hear it. The mob. Boarding isn't starting for another 15 minutes, but that won't stop this herd from crowding the gate like it's the front door of a Best Buy on Black Friday in 2014. Some are determined to get overhead space. Others saw the pack and didn't want to get left behind. All of them are going to end up sitting on the plane for another 30 minutes until takeoff. The infrequent flyer. Why, yes, actually, it is their first rodeo. You can spot them by the panic-stricken look in their eyes approaching their turn at security. Their ID and boarding pass are nowhere to be found. They wore flip-flops, so now they're barefoot in the body scanner. Their overflowing carry-on bag just got flagged for 6 different violations for oversized liquids. Holding up the line at TSA, well, that's just their MO. The dad. He's standing there and he's standing guard at the gate, hands on his hips while surveying the scene, and technically he's on vacation, but he is decidedly not relaxed. Who can blame him? He just spent the last hours wrangling his family to finish packing and get in the car, heaving their luggage onto a cart 5 bags high and successfully rolling it through the terminal. The influencer, you've seen this person. These travelers agree with Shakespeare. All the world's a stage, including the airport, so they might as well make TikToks. Content isn't going to create itself, you know. The zombie. Yes, their body is at the airport, but their attention is not. Headphones in and eyes glued to their phone. These travelers are under the impression that they don't need to look where they're walking, despite the minefield of obstacles in their path. Ah, the sleeping beauty. The good news, this person has the ability to sleep anywhere. The bad news, they're sleeping so soundly, they'll almost certainly miss their flight. The minimalist, nobody knows how, but this person has managed to travel with a single backpack, not a stuffed to the brim 55-liter behemoth for campers. Just a backpack. The less stuff on them, the more questions we really have. The only traveler scarier is the person with no luggage at all. The pre-gamers. Societal norms mean nothing for travelers knocking back drinks at all hours of the day. You'll find the anxious flyer who needs a drink for their nerves, or the couple happy with a beer before takeoff. Sadly, 1 in 10 will actually miss their flight. The campers. Picnic or plane to catch? As far as we can tell, these people aren't going anywhere anytime soon. They're sprawled out whether takeoff is in 2 hours or in 20 minutes. Bags everywhere, electronics charging, spatial awareness, absolutely none. The Lovebirds. Airport couples come in many configurations, sitting silently together, zoned out on their phones, cuddling, or fighting. The tantrum. They've never heard the phrase, "Don't shoot the messenger." You'll spot them yelling fruitlessly at anyone with a name tag, whether it's the gate agent who can't get them on a full flight or the barista at the understaffed Dunkin' Donuts. The Bond, James Bond. While the rest of us look like we rolled out of bed, this traveler stepped right out of GQ. They are an increasingly rare sight, though, impeccably dressed and neatly poised at the gate as if they're at a fancy bar. Seeing this person makes you question why you couldn't be bothered to even brush your hair this morning. And finally, the 24 people in line at Starbucks. That's not stopping anyone from joining the queue for a caffeine fix. Oh, joy. All I have to say is give me a venti, a handful of sedatives, and happy trails, fellow frazzled traveler. Madam Toastmaster.